Okay, David, so 2-0 defeat at home to Runcorn Linnets today. Thoughts on the game overall?
It was awful. It was a dreadful game of football. Linnets had a game plan that they executed very well. They worked hard, and the front three were very good. Um, they caused us a lot of problems in the first half in particular. They didn't particularly try and play. We tried to play but didn't execute anything well. We didn't really trouble the keeper. The pitch didn't help. The officials didn't help. It wasn't a great one for spectators.
Do you feel aggrieved about the first goal? It looked like a foul on Mason Thorns in the build-up to their goal.
It was a foul. The referees explained to me why he didn't give it. I can only assume he was watching something I wasn't, because he said the ball was in open play, nobody was in possession, and it was shoulder to shoulder, and it was quite clearly a pass into Mason's feet that he played first, and the line came through the back of him. We saw it, we heard it. Everybody appealed. Yeah. We didn't get anything, and I didn't think Mason got anything all game. I thought there was a penalty in the second half that was nailed on, and he got booked for it. Whereas you and Murray, if anybody went within 5 yards of him, he screamed and got a free kick, and that's not a slight on you, and that's game management, and he was fouled, or he's that type of player who does get fouled. But you expect some sort of consistency and some sort of competency from officials. We didn't have either.
So obviously we've had a bit of an injury list recently. Freddie Sass added to that today. Any update on any of them?
Levi's probably the only one we'd like to get back in the next couple of weeks. He's back on the grass. He's did some running today before the game. He's going to do a bit of ball work in the week. He might be fit for Trafford, but it's probably the week after. Freddie could be the season. He's at least 4 to 6 weeks, and it doesn't give him long to come back after that. Keel's out for another week or so. Dale possibly the end of the season. Hughes definitely the end of the season. So we're thin on the ground. We are trying to bring some players in. But we're trying to bring players in with an eye on who we might want to keep for next year, not just bodies. So it might be a combination of a couple come in, maybe a couple of loans, just kind of get us through the next few games.
And obviously we move on to Trafford next weekend. Quite hastily rearranged fixture. Thoughts on that one?
Yeah, the rearranged, but it's not helped me massively. Lads had planned to go away, and I can understand that. So on top of the injuries, we're going to be missing a couple with that. Probably a good game so after this. Trafford's a good surface. We should be able to get it down and play on that. The pitch today was hard and wobbly, and that really to see what we try and do. Trafford try and play football. Danny's put a good side together there. So it's probably a good one. We've got 9 games left now, and we can't let the season fizzle out. We don't want to drift into summer having kind of wasted what we've done this season and drop into 10th or 11th. We want to try and put together some good results, some good performances, build momentum. The plan is to take the bulk of this group into next season, add a little bit around the edges, but we want to take the bulk in, and that means we need to build momentum, we need to do things right, and they need to show us a bit of character and the way they respond to something like today.
Do you feel like that's playoffs are out of sight now, or do you think it's still there or thereabouts?
No, I think we had to win today. A win today and a win next week when they've got Rylands, and if they'd have tripped up there, we'd have been 2 points behind with 8 left. You think we've got half a chance? We're now 11 points behind them with 9 games left. That's a massive task. I'm not just that. Bootle have got games in hand and they're in good form. I haven't seen stage results, but Bootle could push them. Clitheroe obviously up there as well. So it's not just getting above Linnets, it's getting above the others as well, and I think that's too big an ask. But at the same time, I don't want to just go through the motions. We've got to do things right, prepare properly, play properly, show some heart, show some desire, show some quality, which we didn't show today. That's the biggest thing. I don't think we lacked heart and desire. We got stuck in, but the quality just was completely lacking. We've got to finish high as we can and take that into next year.
Thanks, David.
Cheers, Nathan.